how the country was settled. The next exciting development in the settlement of the country happened a few decades later, during the time when Thomas Jefferson was the third president of the United States. You will remember him as the main author of the Declaration of Independence. In 1803, he made an important land purchase in order to increase the size of the United States for the growing population. He had his eye on the city of New Orleans because it was a busy port for shipping. New Orleans' location was also important because it was located on the Mississippi River and the Gulf of Mexico, both major transportation routes then and now. At the time, this area was controlled by and belonged to the country of France. France offered to sell it to President Jefferson for $15 million. He accepted the offer, and today this contract is known as the Louisiana Purchase. It included New Orleans and the vast land between the Mississippi River and the Rocky Mountains. With the stroke of a pen, the United States became twice as big. In order to learn about these new, uncharted lands, President Jefferson hired 2 explorers to travel throughout the territory. These explorers were Meriwether Lewis and William Clark, better known as the team Lewis and Clark. Meanwhile, back in the East, millions of people were arriving in the United States from Europe and Asia to make a new life for themselves as immigrants. Immigrants are people who permanently move from one country to another. They and their families found new homes all around the country. These immigrants came to the United States in search of a better life for their families. New neighborhoods and communities sprang up all over the country. So in a bit more than 125 years, the U.S. went from the original 13 colonies to being a new country with its own government and a large and growing population that extended across the continent. Important new inventions like the railroad, electricity, cars, and refrigerators had transformed everyone's lives. Finally, bringing many different groups of people together in new communities enriched everyone's lives with new culture. Do you know how your community was settled and by whom? We hope you've enjoyed this trip back in time to learn about the population growth along with the many important changes that have shaped the U.S. throughout its early years. See you again soon.